Welcome. There may be times when you are creating your games in Roblox Studio that you would like to make a hole in a wall for something like a window. By the end of this video, I will show you how to make a hole in a wall so that you can look through it in Roblox. Let's get started. So the first thing you are going to want to do is going to add a part. So go up to the top and make sure you have home selected and then go to the part and then click on part and then I can click on a block. So I added a block. It's kind of far away. If you ever have problems finding your part, you can go ahead and just have it highlighted, the part you just selected, and press F as in Frank on your keyboard, and then that way we'll focus on the part that you created. Now the next thing I would like to do is actually scale the part. So I'm going to go over to scale and I'm going to make this into a wall. Okay, so this is the part that's going to be a wall, and that looks pretty good. I'll make it maybe a little skinnier. All right, and a little taller. Okay, now with your part selected, go to the properties on the right-hand side on the bottom and make sure that you turn collisions off. So can collide, turn that off for now, and you'll see why in a second. You'll be able to turn that back on once we're finished building this. So now I've got my wall. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a second part so that I can use this part to cut the hole in the wall. So let's go ahead and add another block. And so I added it there on the top. And I'm actually going to change the color of these real quick. So the first one, I'll make it maybe like a yellow color. And then, okay, so this one, we got our second block here. And I'm going to go ahead and scale that one. Same thing, go up to scale. And then I'm going to make this one the size of the hole that I would like to make. So, and then I'm going to make it nice and long. And you'll see why in a second so that I can move it easily through the wall. Okay, make sure that when you have that second part selected, same thing that you have can collide turn off. Okay, so now we've got the second part made. I'm going to go ahead and move this up. So I clicked on move and now I'm going to go ahead and move it up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the move function to move it through the other part. So you can see I moved it through there. And then let's make it maybe a little taller from there. Okay, perfect. So now that is the part where the hole is going to go. So you can do your best to figure out where you want the hole to go. And then you'll see what will happen here in a second once I join these two. So now what I need to do is make the second part a negative space so that it makes the hole in the first part. So I click on the part that's going to create the hole. I go up to model and I'm going to press negate. Okay, so now that part is now negative space. Okay, and now what I need to do is click on the first part, hold shift and select the second part. So now I've got both parts selected. You see I've got the negative part and the part selected, both of them. And then go to model, and now this is going to create the hole. So I'm going to click on union. And so when I click on union, it joins the two parts into a model, and I can see the hole that I made there. And you can see I'm able to look through the hole in the wall here. Okay, before you test run your game, you want to make sure you have the model selected, the union, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to make sure that this is anchored so that the model does not fall apart. Okay, so now I've got that anchored and now it should work correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, and there's the wall over here. So I'm going to go ahead and run over to it. So it's always a good idea to test run your game so that you can make sure that you are able to see the wall. Now you see this wall, I'm able to go through it. So I need to go back and I need to turn can collide back on. So, but at least I can see through the hole that I made. So I'm going to press stop. And then if I go back to the union that I created, I'm going to go ahead and press on can collide. And now when players approach the wall, they'll be able to actually collide with the wall and they won't be able to go through it like I just did. If you went ahead and did a test run of your game and you weren't able to find your model, you most likely did not have anchored turned on. So you want to make sure you go over to Explorer, click on the union, the model that you made. You can always rename that if you would like, and then go to the properties and find anchored and make sure you turn anchored on so that it's highlighted. So you now know how to make a hole in the wall in the games that you're creating in Roblox Studio. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I do my best to answer those. I have other Roblox Studio tutorials available. I'll put links to them around this video. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I thank you and I'll see you in the next video.